Good evening, everybody. Once again, this is a UFC 163 post-fight recap with Stanimir Thunderheart. And before I say anything, I just want to tell you that I'm back. So I'll explain more later on down the road of my absences a couple times from posting post-fight recaps and so forth. But in any event, man, this place took place in Brazil. When I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness. This is when I got very excited because different energy, once again, down there. There was one injustice that happened tonight, but I'm gonna talk to you about that in just a bit. So I'm gonna get started. So here we go. Now, Vizcarra and Andrade versus Bristol Marande. And the winner is Vizcarra Andrade via TKO, a UFC debut successfully. So congratulations. And Ednaldo Oliveira versus Francimar Barroso. And the winner is Francimar Barroso via a unanimous decision. Good UFC debut. And Rani Yahya versus Josh Clopton. And the winner is Rani Yahya via unanimous decision. Ian McCall versus Ilarde Santos. And the winner is Ian McCall via unanimous decision. Heard it was a pretty good fight there. And this is one of the best victories I've seen in a long time, as Sergio Moraes versus Neil Magny. And the winner is Sergio Moraes via submission with a triangle choke, but it wasn't just any triangle choke. Basically, what it all boils down to, Neil Magny got a little overzealous, trying to touch the clinch. Sergio took him down, but his legs was tied up by Magny for a little while. But once he got his leg loose, he was actually able to go into full mount to such a degree that he actually controlled it. When then, of course, from the top, he was actually able to put on that triangle, turned it over, and actually had a triangle locked in with his arm stretched out. But he wasn't submitting very quickly, so he kept on throwing nice spike elbows from the ground, and Magny was moving around. But what really got it going was after he actually had it cinched in, he finally grabbed the leg, finally pinned him like a wrestler, like how a person hooks a leg when he gets pinned him down by hooking the leg with more leverage, pulled it, and that's when he forced him to tap out. So congratulations, Sergio Moraes, on one of the best submission victories I've seen in a long time. So excellent, excellent. And in a women's fight, Amanda Nunes, they called her the Lioness, on her debut, UFC debut versus Sheila Gaff. And the winner is Amanda Nunes, a TKO victory. I mean, it didn't take her very long at all. I can see why they call her a lioness, because she tore Sheila Gaff up. The German tank got tore up. I mean, let's be honest. From the very get-go, Amanda had her, rocked with punches. Sheila tried to submit Amanda very quickly, but Nunes wasn't having it, and that especially in her own hometown too. Oh no! So she, of course, reversed it, and then was able to take her down in defense. But then, of course, Sheila tried to escape, and she did successfully. But once again, Amanda Nunes took her down, and then finally was able to not only rain some punches and some hammer fists, but what really got it going was those nice elbows, smashing elbows to the face, ground and pound. And Sheila Gaff couldn't really defend it intelligently, so the referee stopped the fight, and Amanda Nunes was victorious. And I like the fact that she was on saying, did she honestly think she's going to come in my town and beat me up in my town? Now that's a little bit of an attitude, and I like that. So that was really good. Really good, successful debut on Amanda Nunes. Now, Vinny Melegas versus Anthony Perosh. And the winner in 14 seconds via knockout was Anthony Perosh. It didn't take him long at all, like I said, 14 seconds. What happened was, when they started, Anthony clipped him. The guy, Melegas got rocked. Anthony just slowly kind of just pushed him down to a sense. He pushed him down, got on top of him, and just ran in some punches, really rocked him and hit him hard. Referee stopped the fight, 14 seconds. Perosh's hands was raised. So congratulations on the Aussie having the victory over there in Brazil. So excellent. And in this fight right here, as John Lineker versus Jose Maria. And the winner is John Lineker via a TKO. I mean, it kind of went back and forth a little bit, even though John Lineker was throwing some real hard punches, but Jose was not going down either because he was doing some good combinations and so forth. Matter of fact, he even got him rocked at one point where he did that spinning elbow. No, not spinning elbow. Excuse me, spinning backhand, back fist. It rocked him. Almost had him lose, but it didn't happen that way. And then later on in the second round, that's when it was a different story when Lineker really had him rocked to a point where Jose was getting tired, he was getting gassed out, and that's when he finally went in for the kill, and he started pounding him, and Lineker won via TKO victory. So congratulations, John Lineker, on an awesome victory there. And this guy who's making a comeback by the name of Thales Leotis versus Tom Watson. And the winner is via the unanimous decision, Thea Leotis. I mean, let's just be honest. Thea Leotis had him really good dominantly on the ground for the most part. Even though Tom Watson did a lot of the swinging and even got him, struck him and so forth, there have been times, of course, Tom Watson was able to prevent from taking him down, and of course Tom Watson was just busted up open. I mean, from over there, and his blood was just gushing out. I mean, my goodness, it was really crazy. But Tom hung in there. I mean, there have been times when Leotis had him in so much trouble with so many submission holds, so many submission attempts, and you thought that he was going to give up. But Tom Watson's a warrior, man. He's a fighter. He didn't give up. He didn't tap out. And so basically what it all boils down to, it just went to unanimous decision. And good for it was the first time about in 4 years that Leotis has competed, especially in the octagon. So congratulations, Leotis, over a very game Tom Watson. Now, the next fight is Cesar Ferreira versus Thiago Santos. And the winner is Cesar Ferreira via a submission with a guillotine choke in 47 seconds. I mean, basically, Cesar Ferreira did not take long at all to destroy this guy. I mean, basically, what all happened was, they started, of course, standing, and then it was when they were swinging. Of course, Ferreira had the better of him, rocked him with his left, and then the guy went back, and then he finally then hit him again. And to a point where he actually got him in a guillotine, but what he did was rather than simply just try to slap it on, he actually flipped him over a couple times, like they rolled on the ground, and he finally had him where he had him in a guard and had him in the scissors, and then not to mention had him like this, cinching it so tight. Santos had no choices but to tap out. So congratulations, Cesar Ferreira, on an awesome guillotine choke victory. So excellent. And in the co-main event right here, it's Lyoto Machida, former light heavyweight champion, versus Phil Davis. And the winner via unanimous decision is Phil Davis. Now, I would say congratulations to Phil Davis, and he's a really nice guy, he's a real cool guy, and I like him a lot. But that was not a well-deserved victory. If anything, Lyoto Machida had that victory. Lyoto Machida was robbed, is what I'm telling you. That's the type of injustice I was talking about earlier. He was robbed. The judges scored all the unanimous decision on Phil Davis. First of all, Phil Davis may have had round 1, but Lyoto Machida had 2 and 3. So if there was going to be a winner, if he was going to win, it would at least either be a split decision, or Lyoto Machida really would have won it via unanimous, but it was no way that Phil Davis won it unanimously. There's no way. Everyone felt the same way, and quite frankly, with all this crap that's going on in Brazil right now, I'm surprised. With all the rioting and the violence that's going on, I'm surprised the Brazilians didn't riot then for this kind of decision, because that is just bullshit. It's ridiculous. It was highway robbery. Let's be honest. It was highway robbery. Lyoto Machida had this. Phil Davis had a unanimous? No. I like Phil Davis, and and I congratulate him, but at the same time, it was robbery on the judge's part. Somebody is paying them somebody, or somebody wants to hold him back or whatever. But this is bullshit. You gotta call it like it is. Like I said, I'm surprised the Brazilians didn't riot about this, and they would have been every right to do it if they did. But fortunately for the UFC, that didn't happen. But I tell you, that is just robbery, and that's just wrong. And I'm just surprised that certain people got away with it. But you know, Lyoto will come back at some point and do what he needs to do. But Phil Davis, good job. At the same time, you know, I hate to say this, but he did not deserve the victory. So it was highway robbery, and that's all there is to it. And anybody who thinks that Phil Davis won fairly are either really because they don't really like, or either because they're cheaters themselves, or they're just haters of the ultimate cheetah. Okay, that's whoever. If they think that Phil Davis won this fairly, then y'all out of your goddamn mind, because that's not true, and you know it's not true. Okay, so anyway, let me go on to the main event. Okay, this is upsetting me. Let me go on to the main event as UFC Featherweight Championship was on the line as Jose Aldo versus Chang Sung Young, the Korean Zombie, and the winner and still the champion via TKO victory, Jose Aldo. And basically what it all boils down to, it was a pretty decent fight. I mean, it went to the ground. Jose Aldo took Korean Zombie to the ground a few times. Korean Zombie was rocking him a couple times with some punches, but really Jose Aldo really outstruck him in various ways. Korean Zombie got aggressive, started getting aggressive from at least the second to the fourth round. But in the fourth round, Korean Zombie took a nice wild swing and dislocated his shoulder on top of that. So his shoulder got dislocated, and that's when Jose Aldo finally went for the kill, and Jose Aldo just pounded him, and the referee stopped the fight via TKO victory. Man, tough break for the Korean Zombie, because Korean Zombie was really getting some good hits on Jose Aldo too. Even got him in a flying knee to his head. I mean, my goodness, it even got him in almost in some trouble with submission attempts. I mean, my goodness. But Jose Aldo still came out as a champ in his home country. So excellent job on Jose Aldo for defending this title. And wow, what a tough break for Korean Zombie. But at least he gave it a shot. He gave it a fight in ways that I don't think, besides Mark Hominick, that Jose Aldo had in a long time. Frankie Edgar didn't even went that close to it in as far as really fighting Jose Aldo the way Korean Zombie did. So excellent. Well, besides the injustice from the co-main event, this rest of the event was pretty decent. It was good. It's very good. And basically, I'm back now, so hopefully I will be doing more of these videos again. I just had to. There's a lot of things that happen with me, but I'd rather explain it another time in another show. So, any event, I will get going. Take care of yourselves and party very responsibly. And take care. Healing, it is all that is.